Warning, the following program is very silly.
I wanna rise above this world. I wanna rise above and rise above it all.
Hey folks, this is Michael Muto here, and we are here in 2021, the first show of the new year. Hope you're all doing well out there, or as well as can be expected in this current situation we're in, which is, is what it is. But look, I hope you're keeping safe out there. I hope you're minding yourselves and minding everyone around you, as I ask you at the end of every show, and that's kind of been more important than ever last year and this year, it seems. But anyway, so right, it's 2021. It is the first show of the new year. We've got loads of news. We have a huge piece of news to talk about. That is the Jetpack at LAX. If you're not caught up with this, we'll catch you up later on today's show. But we have an update on the Jetpack person at LAX. We also have an update on a story I've never covered on this show before, but it is a story I would have covered if I was doing the show in 2009, which is Balloon Boy. If you remember that, there was a whole thing, Balloon Boy, and there was a sketch. We'll get into it later on today. So we got loads of news stories and like that, and phone calls and everything we made into the show, and I'll be making it. Welcome back, folks. This is Michael Musa here on West America 102 FM, and what sounds like something out of a 1950s B movie has been happening to residents of Queens, New York. We go to CBS Chicago for this news story, where a first lady of the interview is Miss Frederick, who's quoted here as saying, "You hear someone has been bitten by a squirrel. You're like, okay, you got a little nib. What's the big deal?" But this was an MMA cage match, and I lost, Frederick said. And this is only one of a few attacks that have happened. She's quoted here as saying, "What happened during it, we're wrestling in the snow, and there's blood everywhere. My fingers are getting chewed, and it won't let go. Eventually, it just stopped, and there was a big bloody mess." What a weird, squirrels, of all the animals to attack someone. I've never heard of squirrels attacking people. What's going on? There's seemingly no explanation. As another story happened, the Singh family and Venati Singh is quoted here saying, "These squirrels are aggressively going after people." And there's video of the Singh family where there was a squirrel on their mailbox and it pounced at him. And then Mr. Singh, speaking of another attack, said he basically grabbed onto the plastic bag I had, tried to climb up my leg. I was able to shoo them off. Then that was the first time. The second time was right here when I tried to get in. And then last week, Lucia Wang said of another attack where the squirrel jumped on her back and bit her arm. "I was screaming. Crazy," Wang said. Now, at this point, they called the city. And they said, "Right, what's going on with all these squirrels? Can you do something about it?" The city said, "Right, why don't you hire licensed trappers yourselves to do it?" They did. But all the traps remain empty. Miss Singh, they're back again, says, "I'm a little surprised that the city is not taking it a little more seriously considering how many people have been attacked." Very, very weird. Very, very strange situation. I suppose New York City and Queens and everything like that is being, we're all at our wits' end with COVID and trying to keep everything like that down, and you're trying to, everyone's hands on deck for that. So things like this are happening. So, but as she says here, she goes like, wild squirrels are cute. We can't forget that they are wild animals. So whatever is after happening is after upsetting them, and they're feeling attacked. They're, so whatever's going on is very, very strong. But I've never heard of that happen before, though, where squirrels attack people. Have you ever heard of anyone being bitten by a squirrel? Have you ever been bitten by a squirrel yourself? Email muto102fm@gmail.com. That's muto102fm@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. This is Michael Muto here on West America 102 FM. Going to go to another song. Here we go. Welcome back, folks. This is Michael Musa here on West Limerick 102 FM. And I believe on the line right now, we should have film producer extraordinaire Marty Boxworth. Hello, sir.
Yes, it's me, Marty Boxworth.
Great
back
to have
with
you
once
back.
Again.
Are you keeping busy?
Oh, I'm very busy, very, very busy.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Any
actually going
projects?
to be directing a picture.
Oh, wow.
I haven't directed a picture in about maybe more than 30 years
Wow.
now. It's my
Yes,
first
that's exciting.
picture in a while I've been directing.
Yeah, wow. What's it like? What's it about?
Well, it's very exciting. Well, I got this call
Yeah.
a few weeks back from a
Mhm.
young man.
Mhm.
He said, Marty Boxworth, he said, I've got a project for you. I
Okay.
said, I like to hear it, son. So he proceeds to tell me
Mm-hmm.
about how he wants me to direct
Mhm.
a superhero picture. I
Wow.
said, ha-cha-cha,
Mhm.
those are big bank.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's hear it, son. Let's see what this project is, what the superhero.
Yeah.
So he said, well, I've got the rights to the Green Lantern. I said,
Oh.
the Green Lantern? Wow, I recognize that name, I think. I
Yeah.
said, I'm not too familiar. I wonder, will it be something the fans
Yeah.
will pay money to see? Because there's a lot of them saying
Yeah.
to that,
Mhm.
the pre-existing fans, of course.
Of course, yeah.
I said, I
Yeah.
want to make a movie that they like. He said,
Mhm.
oh, yes, we're going back to how it was originally. We're going back to the original comics. I said, I'm always hearing about that. We're going back
Oh,
to
dear.
the original comics. You know,
Yeah.
they like that. They like that kind of stuff. So he
Sure.
said, yeah, that's right. His weakness is wood, and he hardly even has a bit of green even on him. It's mostly about the Green Lantern itself.
Yes.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he says, well, I've got a deal with 20th Century Fox.
Oh,
I
no.
said, ha-cha-cha, we're in business here.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is it. 20th Century Fox
Yeah.
making Green Lantern. We're going to be making
Yeah.
big bucks. This is going to be money
I,
in the bank.
Don't know about that.
But then he hits me with this.
But yeah, yeah.
He says, Marty, there's one catch.
Yeah.
I said, what is it, kid? Tell me. He says, well,
One of
Mr.
few catches, yeah.
Boxworth, he says,
Yep.
I'm going to need you to wire me $50,000.
Oh,
I said,
no.
kid, $50,000, that's a lot of money. He says, I know. That's just to shoot a scene. A proof of concept, he says, for the studio. I said, well, kid, I guess that makes sense. So I wired him the $50,000. Haven't heard
Yeah.
back from him yet. But I
Oh,
think
no.
we're going to be starting filming sometime next year.
Well, didn't Disney buy 20th Century Fox? I don't think 20th Century Fox is
think
even
they
around anymore. It's not. It doesn't exist. 20th Century
20th
Fox.
Century Fox doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, it got bought out by
Well,
Disney.
maybe it's publishing. You know, maybe the distribution, things like that. You know, they still do
Well,
things like that.
well, even if it's not gone, I mean, like, Green Lantern doesn't belong to Marvel. It's DC, and DC would be made by Warner Brothers. That's who owns them.
Marvel.
Yeah, the Green Lantern's owned by DC.
Ain't that all the same? It's superheroes. and
No,
things?
DC is Warner Brothers. Marvel
Warner
is Disney.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have been conned.
It seems like it, sir.
Once again, the great Marty Boxworth has been conned once again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna let this get me down. I'm gonna
Good.
bounce right back. You just watch. Marty Boxworth will be in the box office just anytime soon. You just watch.
Okay, I will.
All right, I gotta go.
Yep.
I gotta talk to my accountant.
Well, I'll see ya. Right, well, there we go. That was Marty Boxworth. And, wow. Welcome back, folks. This is Michael Muser here on West Limerick 102 FM. So, folks, do you ever hear the stories of finding a message in a bottle? You know, you're walking along the beach, you see there's a glass bottle, and you open it, and there's a letter inside. It's like, help, help, I'm trapped on this island, and there's, I don't know, whatever on the island with me, or send help, or maybe it's just something as simple as, hi, this is who I am. This is the date. I hope this finds you well. And things like that. Well, someone actually did find a message in a bottle. And this was from the RoyalGazette.com. And the lucky find in Bailey's Bay. A therapist, Tina Davis, she says, has always wanted to find a message in a bottle. She lives near the beach, so every now and again, her and her children will go for a walk, and she keeps an eye out looking for us. And one day she went down, she couldn't believe all the rubbish that had washed up on the beach. Actually, she's taking pictures of that. She's like, "Can you believe this? Something needs to be done about that," But she spotted a bottle, and she sees that there's looks like there's something inside in it. She gets all excited and she opens it, and she says here, "I honestly thought, what are the odds?" She picked it up, as I say, and she's quoted here saying, "When I picked up the bottle, I noticed it was sealed with a note in it. I was ecstatic. The children were looking at me with confused faces." She goes to open the bottle, and the cork actually splintered. It was just a regular cork. Not like a plastic cork. She opens it anyway, and inside was a little card. And on the card it said it was from the ship Albatross 5. No, as she says, the water had gotten a small bit, and some of the words were faded, but she could make it out, and she could make out the gist of what the letter said. It had been thrown overboard on November 3rd, 2008, and it was signed from Mr. Thompson, who said, in the note, he said, "This is our last time with the Albatross 5. Scientists and crew on the ship had likely become family. We have had a lot of good times. I will always talk about my engineering family. I will miss you all coming aboard the Albatross 5. It has been a lot of fun, and that's about as much as she could read. There were coordinates included on the letter, and she's quoted here as saying that the coordinates were close to ours, and the latitude and longitude and everything, and they were just off that was just off Rhode Island," she said. Well, anyway, she went along and looked up the ship and found out where they were, and found the person who wrote it, contacted them, and told them the whole story about how she had found the bottle on the beach and the whole thing. And then told them how she was going to be getting married in July, and the whole wedding was going to be nautical themed. She was a big fan of the sea, obviously. And she invited them to come to the wedding. He said, well, they would try to make it down in July for the wedding. So there we go. That was what a nice story. Just a nice, someone found the message that had been lost since, not lost I suppose, but waiting for someone to find it since 2008. Now, I know maybe you were thinking, oh, it's a very old bottle and it's corked and it's this, maybe something to do with pirates and, it's old. No, it's not that old, but, it's still more than 10 years. So that's something. Right. Well, there we go. That was the story of a lady finding a message in a bottle. Have you ever done that? Have you ever thrown a bottle out to sea with a message in it? I did it once at the beach when I was a kid. It just went back into getting back to the beach again. I don't know what I thought. I was like, oh, this is stupid. So I just took the bottle home. Yes, I didn't want to be littering anyway. But it was a plastic bottle as well too. But yeah. So anyway, have you ever done that? Have you ever thrown a bottle with a message in it? Has been found yet? Has anyone contacted you yet? Email muto102fm@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. I'll read it out in next week's show. Right, but folks, as I say, this is Michael Muso here on West America 102 FM, your local community radio station. We're going to go with this song. See you after this. That was Flock of Seagulls and Space Age Love Song. You're listening to Michael Muso here on West America 102 FM. Hope you folks had a lovely break there. I did. I'm talking about the 2 weeks if you took a break from work or whatever. I did. I needed it. I needed a bit of a break. I needed just 2 weeks just to relax, just to not think about things. To not think about work for just 2 weeks. Just not have to do anything. Just relax for 2 weeks. But yeah, we had a lovely time. What did we do? I had a nice New Year's Eve actually. I'm not a huge fan of New Year's Eve, because there's all expectation of a party usually, and it's a lot of, you're trying to make sure it's great, and eventually you'll end up either getting into an argument with someone, or it's, there's something disappointing about it. But this year now was nice, because what did we do? We were going to watch them on television. We said we watch one of the countdowns, and then we said, no, we'll watch we'll do actually instead, myself and my sister both have Animal Crossing. So what we said we'd do is we'd have that up on the telly instead. So we were in the game while we were counting down, and it was a nice kind of I really liked it now, and it was very nice. And of course, sending messages to people and things like that, and it was nice. It was nice. It was like a nice little, not as nice as it could have been, obviously. Hopefully next year. I think next year, if the virus and all that is gone, I think next year it's going to be non-stop parties. It's just going to be non-stop parties next year. Yeah. So anyway, that's how I spent my New Year's Eve. Hope you had a lovely one. Hope you had a nice Christmas as well too, or whatever you celebrated. Nice St. Stephen's Day and everything as well. Boxing Day, maybe, if you celebrate that, you know. Had a few of those messages. I was like, happy Boxing Day, and I was like, happy St. Stephen's Day from Ireland here. But, right, so, folks, we're going to go to another song. How about some Barry Manilow? Yeah, let's have some Barry Manilow. You're listening to Michael Music here on Western America 102 FM. Welcome back, folks. This is Michael Music here on Western America 102 FM. And you know, folks, it's it's January, and we're all making our New Year's resolutions. And one I'm sure a lot of people make every year, it seems, people make this resolution, which is to get physically fit. We all want to make ourselves fitter and healthier and everything like that, especially this year. Where a lot of us have been inside, or just over Christmas in general. Maybe you've put on a few pounds. I know I have. But it's no harm to get physically fit. So I thought, hey, why not have a trainer on and who can talk to us about getting physically fit? So today we have Bruce. Bruce, are you on the line?
Hello. My name is Bruce.
Yep.
And I train the people to get into shape.
That's right. So
Yes.
you train
I'm
and
an amazing personal
Yeah.
trainer. I come round and I train you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll whip you into shape, I say, and then I whip them into shape.
Well, how would you train him, Bruce?
It's it's a lot of running,
Mhm.
a lot of jumping,
Yep.
a lot of skipping,
Yep.
and a lot of whipping.
Whipping like you whip him into
No,
shape.
I mean with a whip.
What?
I whipped them into shape. What do you think I mean when I say I whipped them into shape?
It's just this
Well, you
expression.
look at it this way. You're on your treadmill.
Okay.
You're running,
Right.
and you're going, oh, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
And then next thing you got Bruce coming in with the
Oh my God.
whipping you into shape. You're going to get with running, aren't you? You're going
I
to
suppose
get
you
very,
would.
very
You would.
fast.
Yeah.
And you're going to run very, very
Man.
far because you're going to say, I don't want to get this whip again. But
Yeah.
you're on the treadmill, so you can't run away. But, it's good fun.
Fun. It sounds extreme.
No, I mean, as I say, it's, you want to run here, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I got to run, Bruce. I'm going to run very far away from the whipping, and you'll get very fit very fast.
I'm guessing you're not doing this at a gym.
Well, yes, of course. Well, with the COVID and all, I
Yeah.
don't really, am not with no gyms or anything, of course.
No.
We're all trying to keep our social distance and everything like that. To
course,
keep the
yeah.
numbers down to help out with
Be
the
sensible about
hospitals
that, I
and
suppose.
everything. So what to do is, I can come round to people's homes.
How?
I don't go into the house, of course, I'm not a fool,
Okay.
but what I do is, say you're in the living room or whatever room
Right.
you're in, and
Yeah.
you're doing your jumping jacks, or maybe you've got the treadmill and you're running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Well, you open the window and Bruce will basically just go like this. Into the window, and whip you through the window.
Right.
Keeping our social distance and a lot of air going through, and, get you into
Well,
shape.
Bruce, what if I don't have a big window though?
Yes. It doesn't bother me, there's a small window. I've got amazing aim. Doesn't matter how small the window is, I'll get through.
Wow, you're talented.
I used to do tricks. I used to do you whip you whip the bottles off and cans and things like that off
Yeah.
the post. I used to do it for the circus. And
Nice.
then I says to myself, I said, Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
there's no money in the circus thing. Maybe you get into physical fitness
Yeah.
and training and whip people into shape. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to one up all of the other trainers who go, we want to whip you into shape. But Bruce goes, I'm actually going to whip you.
Bruce, I don't know
Yes.
about this. It's a bit.
Well, I can come round to your house and I can whip you into
No,
shape.
no. That's fine.
You
that's
tell
fine.
me where
don't
you
have
live.
to-
I'll come round.
No, I'm
I'll
not
whip
telling
into
you where
shape
I
right now.
live.
Oh, go on. You're with friends here. You're
I'm not
listeners.
gonna
You're
say
not going to do
where I
anything
live
weird.
on the radio,
Are
Bruce.
you sure you don't want me to?
No,
whip you
I'm
with this
perfectly. I'm sure. I'm totally sure. I don't want you to come around to whip me.
Well, fine. It's up to you. You know, if you want
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
oh, well, whatever. But if anyone else out there wants to hire me, just call Bruce at 102-555.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Bruce.
Thank you for taking the call.
Well, thank you, Bruce. There we go. That was Bruce there, and well, there's a lot of better way. Maybe no, I won't say better. There's a lot of different other ways to get physically fit. Of course, if that's what your aim is, and of course, before you engage in any of these things, any kind of new exercises or diets or all these kind of stuff like that, you make sure to consult your doctor first, won't you? Welcome back, folks. This is Michael Musso here on West America 102 FM. Folks, so over the holiday break, we got some sad news that rapper MF Doom had passed away at the age of 49. Very, very sad. Very shocking. His family made an announcement that he had passed away on October 31st. And just made the announcement there lately that he had passed away. And just very, very sad. Very sad. Great talent. It's amazing stuff. Maybe you're out there, you don't know his work. MF Doom was the mad villain of hip-hop. The mask he would always wear, this metal mask, was based on Doctor Doom, and but did his own thing with it. Just very, very, very good stuff. The music's still out there, of course. If you want to look him up yourself, you can. There's a lot of great music out there. And just very, very sad. Actually, at first, when I heard it, I thought, when I saw the post, I didn't really realize what they were saying. And I thought it was just like a bit. I thought MF Doom and he's dead, and now it's going to be a new identity or something was going to come up with it. I thought it was a new thing, rebranding or something like that. I didn't actually even come into my mind that he was actually gone. Just 49 is no age. But anyway, well, look, at least they have left a great legacy of music, just like this. Here is MF Doom with Doomsday.
Mic check.
Folks, welcome back to this, the Michael Muto Show. Why did I say it like that? To this. Welcome back to this, the Michael... Maybe I should start saying this. Welcome back to this, the Michael Muto Show. That sounds kind of good, actually. Did I say it again? That's not too bad. Anyway, but yes, we've got an update for you, folks. This is a story I've been following all last year and into this year, it seems. Now, it's not conclusive anything exactly, and I know that's so annoying, but we have more information, kind of, about the Jetpack person. We don't know anything else about him. There's no identity yet or anything. But so just to catch everyone up, what am I talking about? Is this a thing I've made up? No. So, last year, I want to say around August, there was a sighting of someone wearing a jetpack, or so they believed. This was some pilots landing in LAX. They saw what looked like someone using a jetpack in the air. Didn't get a great look at him, but it was about level with the plane. So extremely high up in the air, and didn't look like any cables on him or anything like the way jetpacks are normally used. Wasn't over water. It was in the air. So very, very strange sighting. Now, that was one, we talked about it, and then a couple of weeks later, I should say, there was spotted another one. This was another crew spotted someone wearing a jetpack, or so they thought. Now, there are some theories. One is that it's actually a drone with a mannequin attached to it. Another is that it's a combination of the two. Like something, maybe it's just developed for this specific thing. Some people think it is someone wearing a jetpack. But now we have video footage. We go to Instagram and Sling Pilot Academy's Instagram account. The caption underneath the video that shows the footage says, video taken by Sling Pilot Academy flight instructor while flying at approximately 3,000 feet. Near Palos Verdes, south of Los Angeles, Catalina Island is in the background. The video appears to show a jetpack, but it could also be a drone or some other object. If it is a, quote, guy in a jetpack, then it remains to be seen whether it is a legal test flight or related to the jetpack sightings near LAX recently that caused disruptions to air traffic. So yes, so now inspecting the footage myself, looking at it, it looks like it could be someone, but now I'm no expert in flights. I'm not going to try to pretend like, oh yes, and looking from the way they're standing. I don't know. I mean, it looks like a figure. From this, it looks like a figure. I can, maybe it's me projecting onto it, but it looks like I can see arms, legs, and a head. So it looks like someone floating in the air. Again, as I say, could it be a mannequin? It could be a mannequin on a drone. Could it be a publicity stunt? Could it be, I don't know what it could be. Still no, if it's a publicity stunt, it's very weird because one, they're causing mayhem with air traffic. It just can't be. It's like doing something on the road. You know, you gotta be careful on the road, or you're gonna get in the middle of cars and everything. You know, it's the same with any kind of traffic. You know, it's like if you were in the water and there's boats around the place, you're not going to be messing around in the water, right? You're going to get out of the way, you know, so a boat doesn't hit you. Same with the air. You're going to get out of the way of planes and everything. And flying it so close to the airport, it's just the whole thing is very strange and remains to be seen. Again, as I say, I know it's annoying that I was like, oh, video, now we've got him. We know, no, still don't know. Still have no idea. As they say here on a few places, they're saying about how they contacted the FBI and the FBI are aware of it, are investigating it, have nothing to reveal at this time. But I will keep you posted, folks. As I said the last time, if you have any information or know anything about it, email muso102fm@gmail.com. That's muso102fm@gmail.com. On the off chance anyone out there knows anyone. But anyway, it's still that's the thing though I was confused by. Because nowadays everyone has phones, everyone has a way to make video. How did nobody capture footage of it? But I was thinking, well, maybe it's because you don't want it to interfere with the instruments, stuff like that. Like, but surely someone else on the ground or something would have seen something, or there's cameras on planes. I don't know how it worked, but anyway, if anyone out there knows about that, it's just like, well, no, Michael, there wouldn't be any cameras on a plane because of XYZ. Love to hear back from you too. But yeah, very, very interesting, very strange. Still do not know what it even is. We're saying jetpack person, but it may not even be a jetpack. It may be a drone. It may be a practical joke or something, you know? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who the joke is on. It's strange, you know? But yeah, maybe it is someone that's testing out jetpacks and they're doing it illegally and doing it in places we're not supposed to be doing this. And they don't want to come forward because they're like, jeepers, I don't want to reveal it. But then at the same time, it's getting so much publicity. Maybe it is a jetpack company. Maybe it's a company of some kind. Things that they're like on, well, all publicity is good publicity, even if it is potentially illegal publicity. But anyway, folks, I was for half a second, I was going to say, now remember now, when you're messing around with anything, it's like, why would you be having a jetpack or a drone? But in the off chance you do get your hands on a drone, stay away from airports. Stay where you can get fined. You get a lot of legal trouble if you go near. You could cause some serious damage because there's a lot of stories of that where people. I don't know why. Of all the places in the world to take your drone, you could fly it over your house, fly it over over fields. Lots of great video shots done with drones. Why you'd take it to an airport? You'd want your head slapped. But anyway, this is Michael Muser here on Western America 102 FM, your local community radio station. As I say, I will be keeping up to date on the story of the Jetpack person. Anyway, here's the song. Hi folks, welcome back. So, if this show had existed in 2009, I would definitely have covered this news story. So, this story, which has an update lately actually, this news story... What happened? So let's just refresh. So Richard and Mayumi Heen told authorities that their son, in a weather experiment gone wrong, had been picked up by balloons and carried thousands of feet in the air in a homemade weather experiment gone wrong. Well, everyone, the National Guard was called. There was news helicopters all around the place. The airport had been closed. As I said, the National Guard were there and they were tracking it. And just when it came down, there was no sign of the boy. No sign at all. It turned out, little 6-year-old, was in the attic. Hiding in a box in the attic while all this went on. Now, turned out that it was all a hoax set up by the family. And, yeah. Now, for wasting everyone's time like this, I don't mean like news, I mean like the National Guard was called out. An airport was shut down. These kind of things have repercussions, So the husband was sentenced to 90 days in jail, 100 hours community service, and 4 years probation. His wife was sentenced to 20 days in jail and 4 years probation. And now, in 2020, this story happened in December, the parents have been pardoned. The judge said in the case of Richard and Mayumi Heen, the balloon boy parents, we are all ready to move past the spectacle from a decade ago that wasted the precious time and resources law enforcement, officials and general public, Pullis said in a statement. Richard and Mayumi have paid the price in the eyes of the public, served their sentences, and it's time for all of us to move on. It's time, too, to no longer let a permanent criminal record from the Balloon Boys saga follow and drag down the parents for the rest of their lives. The pardon, it says here on NPR, scrubs the crimes from the records and will allow Richard and Heen, who was convicted of a felony to vote and pursue a general contractor's license. Balloonacy has ended, said David Lane, the family's longtime attorney. So there we go. That was it. That was that. Had you thought about Balloon Boy in 10 years? I'd forgotten about it. But yeah, what a strange story. What a really strange story. Why do this at all? I don't know. I think on NPR they were saying about how that the parents had actually appeared on the reality TV show Wife Swap. And so I'm just making the assumption maybe it was a publicity thing or something like that. But I mean, Janie Mac, to get in law enforcement involved and everything like that, and to think a child had gone missing is a very kind of a weird. No, maybe it's not publicity. I don't know what happened. It was the whole thing very, very strange, very, very strange, very weird. Could it have been the boy had gone up, lost the balloons and thing, and got frightened, said, "Oh, my parents are going to give out to me, I'm going to hide in a box for a while." Could that have been it too? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, the whole thing's very strange, very weird. Very, very weird. I don't know what to say. It's all very odd. But anyway, you're listening to Michael Muser here on Western America 102 FM, your local community radio station. And now for some more great music. That was Run the Jewels there. You're listening to Michael Muser here on Western America 102 FM. And that's kind of lot. That's my lot for today's show, folks. Thank you so much for joining me on today. We've got a great year ahead of us now in regards to this show. I've got loads of things planned for you. A lot of things going to happen. It's going to be a banner year for the show. Banner year. You know, it's going to be very exciting. Very exciting stuff happening down the pipeline. I have a few ideas now, and we're going to have some very exciting things happen. Hope you join me as I go forth on this adventure. And so I will see you again next Tuesday morning. And folks, don't forget that when you go out and about to have your masks on, make sure you keep the social distance going. Well, I know we've had a bit of an uptick now in the last few weeks, but don't let it get you down, okay? You just keep working hard, keep at it, keep doing your best, you know. Listen to doctors. And, you know, I know you are already. But, so I just, you know, we'll say it again, just remind you. But, I was talking to someone the other day, and we were saying about how, you know, people say, like, have hope for the future. And I go, well, do you know what? Hope is grand, but you're going to have to work for that better future, you know? And if we're all in it together, we're all working hard together to make sure we have a much better and brighter and happier future this year and beyond. But look, you know, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and have a fantastic 2021. Until I see you next time, folks, we're going to go out with another song. Here we go. This is Thundercat and Them Changes. Here we go.